So today we're going to be taking a look at the Traxxas TRX4M and the new FMS FCX18. In my opinion, two of the best ready-to-run mini crawlers on the market. So we're going to take a little look at them, see how they compare, talk about the features and the functionality, and then we'll hit the rocks and we'll hit the trail, and then you can see how they perform. So if you are considering getting one, hopefully that will help you make a decision as to which one you think is the better ready-to-run mini crawler out of the box. Okay, so first off, let's just talk about the looks. So they are both hard bodies, both fairly scale, but in terms of which one is more scale, the FCX18 has a lot more details on it. You can see on the FCX18, you've got a nice molded front bumper, you've got windscreen wipers, you've got your mirrors, you've got your roof rack with your LED lights on it. On the back, you've got your scale ladder, you've got your rear bumper, you've got your spare wheel, you've got your snorkel on there as well. It's a really nice looking body, really nice metallic paint. The TRX4M, again, you got your kind of typical kind of TRX4 bumper. You got your nice grille with your lights, no windscreen wipers. You do have a snorkel. You've got some mirrors, but it's just a little sticker on the mirrors, unlike the FCX18. You do have a roof rack. You do have the spare wheel cover on the rear, and you've got your jack stand, and you've got some fuel cans. It's a nice looking body, but the paint isn't as nice, at least on the Defender anyway. It's quite a thin plastic, so in certain lights it is kind of see-through. Obviously I've added all the stickers, I've added some lights on it and everything. They're both nice looking bodies, but in my opinion I think the FCX18 is a nicer hard body. It's more of a scale RC. In terms of suspension, the FCX18 does sit a bit higher. The suspension is quite hard, to be honest, whereas the TRX4M, the suspension is nice and soft. Obviously both oil-filled shocks on these ones, so you've got nicer movement out of the box. I do think the TRX4M does have the nicer suspension. It's really nice and soft, looked great when it's crawling and works really well, whereas this one is a bit too hard, to be honest. In terms of chassis, so the FCX18 is a metal chassis. It's got metal bottom links and then plastic top links, plastic drive shafts. This one is a 2-speed. And it also has portal axles on the front and on the rear, so it does give you more ground clearance. And obviously, with that 2-speed gearbox as well, it gives you a bit more flexibility. Really nice slow speed control, and it's a little ripper in second gear. It's got a 180 size motor in there. Your TRX4M, again, is a metal chassis. It's got metal bottom and top links. It's a 4-link, plastic drive shafts like the FCX18. No portal axles, single speed. Out of the box, the slow speed control is rubbish, in my opinion. I've actually fitted the low range gears to this because it was driving me insane trying to crawl it. So yeah, I fitted the low range gears, which makes it much nicer, but then you lose a lot of that kind of trail speed. It is quite slow with the low range gears, so it's a shame it doesn't have a 2-speed. And again, this one's got a 180 size motor in it. In terms of radios, the Traxxas comes with this TQ controller, which is basically the same, well, pretty much the same as what comes with the TRX4, the 1/10 scale, but obviously doesn't have as much functionality. It's alright, it's fairly big. I don't have any problems with the Traxxas controllers. I think they're pretty decent, but it is obviously a large controller for a mini crawler. Your FCX18 controller is the FMS controller. They use this on a lot of their rigs where they have more than 3 channels. There's a 4-channel transmitter. You can control your 2-speed with channel 3, and then you control your LED lights with channel 4. It's an alright controller in the hand. I actually prefer their other controllers, to be honest, that come with like the FCX24 and everything. I think they're a nicer controller in the hand, easy to drive with, and there's no foam grip on the handle on this one, which, if you drive one-handed, does get a little bit annoying. But otherwise, it's a decent controller. You can control all of your switching here for like, forward brake, reverse, battery control, drag brake, and all those types of things. This one you can control all of your steering trim, your dual rate, your throttle reverse, and everything all from just on here. Whereas the Traxxas controller, you use the set button to actually change between your different modes and things like that. Okay, so yeah, both decent radios. I think I'd probably give it to the FMS radio if I had to choose between the two. It is slightly smaller in the hand, and obviously it's a bit easier to use. In terms of batteries, they both come with a 2S LiPo. The Traxxas battery is a 750 mAh LiPo. The FMS battery is a 900 mAh LiPo. So both decent runtime. You could get an hour easy out of both of them, to be honest. But obviously the FMS one is a slightly larger capacity, so you are going to get slightly longer runtimes.
The electrics for the FMS are actually under the bonnet. You actually pull the bonnet up, and then you've got your all-in-one ESC and receiver in there. You've got your power button by here, and then your battery tray goes right at the front. So obviously you get a nice bit of weight up front. Now, with the FMS, the body is screwed on. You don't pull the body off to get to any of the electrics, obviously with the battery being in the front. So obviously that's slightly different. With the TRX4M, it's got these two little body clips underneath here. So you've got one here and one here. You just basically push those in, and then the body just lifts off. If I just unplug my LEDs, and then you've got your all-in-one ESC and receiver at the back. Your battery tray is kind of in the middle of the RC, and then you obviously got your steering servo and your motor up the front. So obviously you do pop the body off to plug it in. There's no power switch on this one. You just literally plug the battery in, and that's what turns it on. Now, in terms of LEDs, the TRX4M just comes with these bumper LEDs. There's no other LEDs on it out of the box. I've added a light bar from Endura, and I also added some headlights and taillights from Endura as well, but otherwise it's just literally the bumper LEDs. The FCX18 comes with spotlights, comes with headlights, it's got indicators, and it's also got rear lights. So basically you can cycle through the lights. So if we just turn them off and go back to the beginning, so you press it once and you'll get your spotlights and your headlights. Press it again and it's kind of like a main beam, they go brighter. And then if you turn, you get your indicator, which I'm not a fan of indicators, but you know, you got them. Press it again, you get hazard lights. On the rear, you can also see those hazard lights. And then if you have a brake or reverse, you get your brake lights as well. Okay. In terms of your tyres, the TRX4M does have the better tyres. Now, there's no foam, they are vented, but they actually have really nice grip on them out of the box, and nice chunky tyres too. So yeah, decent tyres on the TRX4M out of the box, I would say. Your FCX18, it's got bead locks. The tyres do have foams. You know, they're not bad, but, you know, they're not amazing. They're not as good as the TRX4M tyres out of the box, I would say. So, you know, in terms of, you know, the out-of-the-box tyre performance and suspension performance, the TRX4M does have the advantage. In terms of overall features, I would say the FCX18 has the advantage, is a lot better value for money out of the box. I mean, the FCX18 is $180, the TRX4M is $150, but obviously with the FCX18, you get a nicer hard body, you get more LED lights, you get a 2-speed, you get portal axles. With the TRX4M, the only advantage I'd say it has over it is the tyres and suspension. Both rigs obviously have lots of upgrade options. The FCX18 actually shares a lot of parts like the axles with the FCX24. So obviously there's already a lot of parts available on the market. The TRX4M, obviously, you know, loads of upgrades for the TRX4M already available as well. If I had to pick one or the other, I would pick the FCX18, to be honest. I just think it's a better ray to run out of the box. You'll see when we hit the rocks and the trails that it outperforms the TRX4M out of the box as well, in my opinion. Let's get it outside on the rocks, then we'll hit the trails, you can see how they perform, and then obviously if you're considering getting one, then hopefully that'll help you decide which one is the better ray to run mini crawler. And now, just a note, like I said earlier, I have fitted the low range gears to the TRX4M. I could have taken them out for this video, but to be honest, I find it so frustrating to drive with it. The stock gearing, I couldn't bear it. So yeah, low range gears in there. I do have a review video on my channel. I've also got a comparison video between the TRX4M and the FCX24, which is obviously the smaller version of the FCX18. If you do want to see, you know, how bad that stock slow speed control is, check those videos out. I'll put a link in the description to them. But anyway, let's hit the rocks, let's hit the trails, and then we see what you think. Okay, so first up, we got a bit of a hill climb. So just test out that kind of like a weight balance and see if the front end lifts, if it tips over. We'll do slow speed first of all. We're probably going to need wheel speed to get up there for both rigs, but let's just give it a try. Oh, there you can see it's lifting. It's obviously, you know, it's a little bit top heavy and a little bit rear heavy with the just the design of the body. We should be able to save it. Let's try again. You can see that front wheel just keeps running the lift, so we'll get a bit of wheel speed.
almost lost it again then. Oh my life, how many times can we fall over? Okay, and then just a bit of movement through our kind of rocky obstacles, just to see how that kind of suspension moves. And then coming up against this big rock. So this is much better now with the low speed gears. On the stock gearing, even just on little bits like that, it would get stuck and really struggle. So just bear in mind that this does have the low speed or the low range gearing in it, which does make a difference. But let's see if we can come down without tipping over. Nice. We've got to run that rock along there, otherwise we'll get stuck. See, the stock tyres are getting caught up on that rock by there. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Okay, this is going well. Okay, last time, if it doesn't get up this time, we'll admit defeat. Digging in again down there. Come on. Nice, nice, nice. Keep pushing. Okay, we got there. Whew, that was hard work, but we made it. Let's try a descent. Nice and easy. Okay, and then coming out of the pit. Yep. See the diffs getting caught on there. Can we get over? Grounding out in the middle. Let's try. See if we can pick a different angle maybe. Yeah, you can see us getting stuck in the middle. Come on. Here we get a hop. No. No, it ain't having it, is it? We're gonna have to choose a shallower line. Come across there, easy. Oh my god, come on! Bit of ground clearance issues there, look at the front bumper. It does give you a bit of approach angle issues. You can see it's just kind of getting stuck there on the rock. Let's see if we can just take a slightly different angle. Nice. See if we can get up and around there. Oh, 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 can I save it? Come on. Getting stuck in a rock there. I'm kind of digging in. Oof. Okay, managed to. Oh, this is not easy. Okay. Oh, no, we're stuck again. Okay, let's just try coming up here. Again, just bear in mind, you can see it still kind of just like hesitates for a moment. Like I said, the low range gears make a huge difference in the TRX4M. Come on, just push it here. Nice. Oh, there you go, tipping up again, look. Come on. Oh, 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 oh. Made it. Oh, fell over again.
Okay, now it's the FCX18's turn. Let's see again the same thing. Let's do the hill climb. We'll go nice and slow first of all in first gear, see if we can get there. Oh, you can see again, same kind of thing, it's tipping even with that battery in there. Obviously that rear wheel is stopping it from tipping over, so they are both quite top heavy rigs. Let's try again, slow speed, see if we can get it. Yeah, we're going to have to do a bit of a run up like the other one. Nice. Nice. Okay, so same thing, we'll just come through here, just see what the suspension movement's like. And then see if we can get up on the rock. Nice. That's the one thing about this one, I really like the slow speed control on this one, it's so much better. And again, obviously, you know, the TRX4M's got low range gears, whereas this is just, you know, out of the box. So again, let's try it coming down, see how this one does coming down. Obviously the TRX4M did make it. Bit of a different line there with this one. Okay, we made it. Let's see how this one climbs up here compared to the TRX4M. We've really struggled with the TRX4M along here, so... Okay, let's try and go nice and slow first. Oh, nice, okay. Well, that was much easier, wasn't it? Way, way easier. Didn't even tip over, nice and slow. Let's try out our descent as well, nice and slow, see if we can get down. Nice, both did that really well. Okay, let's try coming out of the pit, see how it does. Nice. Kind of grounding out like the TRX4M did. Same kind of issue. Center plate getting stuck on the rock. Let's just see if we can hop this one. Nice. Very nice. I'm just going to run that same line we did for the TRX4M as well, just so we can see if it has the same issues with bumper clearance, with that approach angle. So we're going to come along here, we're going to approach that rock. So yeah, you can see same thing, they've both got quite like, you know, big front bumpers, so they both kind of have that same kind of issue. So if we just go a slight angle, there we go, nice. See how this one gets through. Much better slow speed control. Now even with this controller, which I'm not so fussed on, much, much better. Lovely. Then let's just do the same little path just up here as well. Again, we'll try and go as slow as we can. Nice. That definitely did it easier. Nice. Easy peasy. So you can see there, you know, the FCX18 definitely has better slow speed control. I would say it is more stable. You know, you can see it's not struggling with those obstacles. I mean, granted, they're only simple obstacles, but the point is, you know, you should be able to just do kind of simple obstacles as a mini crawl at the end of the day. You know, you can drive around your house if you want to. But yeah, I would say the FCX18 is definitely coping much better out of the box than the TRX4M is. And bear in mind, like I said, the TRX4M does have the low range gears installed. If it didn't have the low range gears installed, it would just be getting stuck on everything, to be honest, and a real struggle. Okay, so we're out on the trail, we've got some different obstacles to try. First of all, we'll try some routing, just see what it's like for ground clearance, tyre grip. So you can see we're really struggling to get over this bigger route here. Obviously we're suffering with the ground clearance. We'll probably do a bit more tyre grip. See if we can take a different angle maybe. Nice, there we go. Different line, and we did it. Not bad. Okay, let's see how the TRX4M does the same lines. Again, we'll try and go slow as we can and see how it clears these routes and what it's like for ground clearance and stock tyre grip. You can see it's actually struggling there with even less ground clearance than the FCX18 because of those side rails. It's obviously it might be different for a Bronco body, but obviously we're testing the Defender body, so we're probably going to have to do a bit of wheel speed to get over there. We'll try a slightly different angle. Now you can see we're just getting stuck in that middle section, a kind of hangover. Let's see if we can hop it. So this is the one thing, by changing to the low range gears, obviously now you've got less wheel speed, but to be honest, without the low range gears, you wouldn't even, it would be horrendous trying to get up this thing anyway. I mean, I've got obviously review videos and comparison videos before I chuck the low range gears in if you want to see what it's like in comparison, but it's much slower, but obviously you lose a lot of wheel speed. So let's see if we can find a different way to get up here. So there we go, we need quite a run up to try and clear that one. Let's see how we do on this next bigger route. I'm guessing we're going to have the same kind of ground clearance issues. Yeah, you can see straight away that midsection's getting stuck. Let's see if we can get some bite in those tyres. Okay, let's try a bit of wheel speed, see if we can get over there. Close. If we could get a bit more bite on that rear tyre there, we'd be up and over. Let's try a slightly different angle. We're just we're struggling. Okay, we'll have to try run up. And try again. Getting caught up, isn't it, on the body? Almost tipped over then. Come on, you can do it, little dude. It's not having it, is it? Right, one more try and then I think we'll have to accept defeat. You can see that we're just, front wheels are off the ground. We're stuck. I think we're going to have to admit defeat on the TRX4M. It couldn't make it over there, so that's one for the FCX18. You know, it struggled as well, but it certainly did a better job. Try and go as slow as I can. Oh, bit of ground clearance issue there. See if we can take a slightly different angle. Nice. Nice and slow. Nicely done. Again, a bit of ground clearance. Let's see if we can take a slightly different route. Come on. Definitely struggles more on the ground clearance than the FCX18. Keeps ending up in the same section. I don't want to go too far to the other side because there's hardly any route there, so it's got to try and take this route or it's a fail. Let's try a bit of wheel speed. Right, made it. But obviously we had to throttle over. When in doubt, throttle out. There you go, that one was a bit easier, but obviously it is an easier section. Okay, we got some loose dirt and a bank climb. So again, let's see how they do for tyres. Now again, this did struggle on my review. We had to give it a lot of wheel speed to get it up here, so it'll be interesting to see how it compares to the TRX4M. You can see the tyres on the TRX4M are definitely better than the tyres on the FCX18. You know, you could see the FCX18 just started spinning straight away. It was struggling to get up there, whereas that TRX4M, you know, grip for days. It just ate that up, didn't it? It was as if it was easy. Whereas most rigs, to be honest, doesn't look very hard, but obviously you've got, you know, a bit of loose dirt. It's a bit wet. You know, it normally provides a little bit of a challenge because obviously you're going slightly uphill as well. But yeah, TRX4M tyres, definitely the better tyres out of the box, I would say. You know, really good. Same as the kind of stock Traxxas TRX4 tyres, in my opinion, the Canyon Trails. You know, really good out of the box tyres for a ready to run. Now, in terms of wheel speed, obviously the FCX18 is a 2-speed, so we'll do full throttle in first, and then we'll do full throttle in second, and then we'll see what the wheel speed is on the TRX4M in comparison. So first gear first of all. Okay, now full throttle in second gear. Yeah, you got plenty of wheel speed in second gear on this thing. It absolutely flies. But the bigger 180 motor that you get in the FCX18 over the FCX24, this thing is just a ripper. It's got loads of wheel speed. Okay, so for the TRX4M, obviously I have fit the low range gears, like I said, so it is going to be much slower than stock. But in my opinion, it's kind of essential. This is why they should have made it a 2-speed, in my opinion. But anyway, yeah, so it's going to be very slow in comparison. So yeah, you can see the FCX18 definitely wins that one. It's got more speed in first gear, and obviously it's got a 2-speed, so it's got way more speed in second gear. Like I said, the TRX4M would be a little bit quicker if it didn't have the low range gears, but still not as quick as the FCX18 with 2-speed. So yeah, if you want something that can whiz around, the FCX18 is definitely going to be able to do that more than the TRX4M. So there you go. I hope that gave you a good idea of you know, what their kind of like trail performance and their rock performance is like. I would say overall, I think the FCX18 has the edge. You know, it does seem to perform slightly better with ground clearance out the box. Obviously, it's got much better slow speed control. You know, the only reason the TRX4M is slightly better is because of the low range gears. Otherwise, the FCX18 would just walk all over it all day long. Obviously, it's got the 2-speed, you've got the battery up front, so obviously you've got a bit more weight up on the nose. You know, I think with some better wheels and tyres, the FCX18 would massively outperform the TRX4M. I mean, I appreciate there's upgrades of both of them. Any rig you can upgrade it and make it better. That's not the point. What I'm trying to show you is which one is, you know, better out of the box, or with, like, you know, in the TRX4M's sake, one modification. I mean, I really like the TRX4M. I think it is a really good rig. I mean, I was a little bit disappointed with it out of the box, to be honest. It was a little bit of a letdown. You know, if it had had portal axles, if it had had a 2-speed, you know, a nicer body, I think it would be an amazing piece of kit. Yes, it has huge potential, but out of the box, I was a little bit disappointed. The FCX18, you know, fantastic hard body, really nice slow speed control, portal axles, 2-speed, nice LED lights out of the box, other than indicators. So for me, I mean, okay, it's like, what, $40 more expensive, $30 more expensive, but for me, it's worth it. If I had to pick one, I would pick the FCX18, to be honest. You know, I really like the FCX24. I think it has a lot of potential. It's a really good rig. And to me, the FCX18 is an upgrade over the FCX24. Anyway, I hope you found that useful. Let me know what you think of each rig in the comments. Let me know which one you think is the better rig out of the box. Give the video a like if you did enjoy it. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss upcoming videos. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.